Hello students, welcome back to the class. Students, today we will be learning about the fluorines and the amorphous forms of the carbon. So students, first of all, we will learn about the fluorines. Students, it is the third type of the newly discovered crystalline form of the carbon. We know about the two forms, that is the diamond and the graphite. But this fluorine is the third type of the which is newly discovered crystalline form of the carbon. And the scientists, those who discovered it, are Harold Caroto, R.F. Kerr, and R.E. Smalley. They discovered fluorine in the year of 1985, and it is this what they discovered is that it is found in the interstellar dust. Interstellar dust means the dust which we found in the universe out of the planet, and also in the geological form, the dust which is used in the geological formation of the earth. So in that fluorines are formed. Now this fluorine is characterized by this kind of a structure. Now if you see better, this fluorine molecule, it has the carbon atoms, and it is like the structure is a kind of sphere, and it is hollow from the inside. And other than the sphere, they are also are in the form of tubes. Okay, and each structure contains somewhere around 30 to 90 carbon atoms. And this fluorine structure which you are seeing, this is the Buckminster fluorine, or which is also known as the buckyball. It contains 60 carbon atoms, and therefore it is written as C60. It is denoted as C60. And beta, each carbon atom, now this contains 20 hexagons and 12 pentagons. And now this each carbon atom will be a part of 2 hexagons and 1 pentagon. Hexagon means that contains 6, and pentagon means that has 5 sides. So now this design, if you see, it is looking like a football, or you can say a ball like structure, and therefore it is termed as a buckyball. Beta, these fluorines, they have a wide use. They are used in the pharmaceutical companies, pharmaceutical industry. They are used in order to manufacture the certain kinds of drugs, because they are the antiviral agents. They are also the antioxidants, and therefore they are used in the treatment of cancer also sometimes. Okay, now beta, we have is the amorphous forms of the carbon. Students, amorphous forms are the non-crystalline forms, which I have told you earlier also. Beta, they do not have any regular shape, and like the graphite has a shape now, and the diamond also has a shape. They had what we say the arrangement of the layers, but in this they do not have a regular shape. And the amorphous forms of the carbon, it include coal, coke, charcoal, etc. Now students, this coal occurs freely in the nature, whereas these other forms which you are seeing, these other forms, they are made. How they are made? They are made when we heat the compounds which are rich in carbon. We heat the compound, but the condition is they must be heated in the absence of the air, and this whole process is known as the destructive distillation. Now students, we have three main types of charcoals. So students, when there is any organic substance, like a plant is there, plant part, let us say wood is there, okay, or an animal part is there, let us say bone is there, okay. So when they are subjected to the destructive distillation, that means when they are heated in the absence of air, they turn into a grayish black colored solid, and this grayish black color solid is the charcoal. And there are three types of charcoals, which are the wood charcoal, sugar charcoal, and the bone charcoal. Now students, we have is the coal. Students, this coal is the one of the most important, cheapest fossil fuels. You know that the coal is used like throughout the world, it is used, right? And it is found in like almost every country. It is found all around the world, it is found. And how this coal is formed? So students, plants contain cellulose. We all know that the cell wall of the plant cell is made up of cellulose, right? So when these plants which containing the cellulose, when they are buried under the earth, they are exposed to the very high pressure, And apart from the pressure, there is heat, and of course there are the microorganisms which are present deep inside the earth. So when these plants are exposed to all these circumstances or all these conditions, then they turn into the slowly with the time they turn into the coal, and it take not just 5 or 10 years, it take millions of years. And this process of the conversion of plant matter into the coal is known as carbonization. And now, depending upon like what is the amount of carbon that that a substance contained, so this coal is divided into the four different types. First one is peat. Beta, this peat is the variety of the coal which contains the lowest amount of carbon. It has the lowest amount of carbon, and it is therefore not black in color but brownish in color. And this is the most inferior form of the coal because it contains only 50 to 60% of the carbon. Now students, second we have is the lignite, which contains 60 to 70% of the carbon, and this is also brownish in color, but this is of the superior quality than the peat because it is a little bit harder and contains more amount of carbon. The third one which we have is the bituminous, which contains 70 to 80% of the carbon, and this is the most common of coal that you will see around. The coal that you see around black in color, no, black hard color, which burns with the smoky flame. This you might have also seen in your homes. That is the bituminous coal. Fourth and the last one is anthracite, which is the purest variety of coal because it contains 85 to 90% of the carbon in it. Hard, dense, and it is black in color, and it gives a submetallic luster, and it burns without the smoke. Whereas this bituminous, this burns with the smoke, but anthracite does not burn with the smoke. Now students, the uses of the coal. Beta, coal is used as a fuel for both the domestic and the industrial purposes. We know that in order to generate the energy, and apart from that, it is also used as a fuel. And then it is used to prepare coke, coal, that we have learned how these are prepared when the carbon containing compounds are exposed, or when they are heated in the absence of air. And it is also used in the manufacturing of certain drugs, perfumes, etc., and in the manufacturing of the organic compounds such as benzene, naphthalene, etc.